Hey everybody, welcome back to LeftPawGaming. Today we've got some more of my walkthrough footage of Lost Judgment. Last video, we brought Chapter 12 to an end with Kuwana blowing up a museum boat. This video, we begin the final chapter and have our last conversation with Ahara before the appeal. Let's jump in. Here we are.
Soma's ties to public security may lead to his undoing. By seizing the puppet himself, Yagami seeks to pull down the puppet master holding the strings.
Bondo.
To do so, he forms a temporary alliance with the fugitive Kuwana.
Blows up a boat on us.
But Soma arrives to carve a bloody
Oh
path
my
into a
God.
hideaway no one should know about.
Another one of his
Reiko
students.
Kusumoto's betrayal has proven more volatile than anyone could have guessed.
Time for the final chapter, guys. Final chapter. Darkest Before the Dawn. That's an okay chapter title. Kind of cliched and I feel like overused a lot. But not for like a title, but like a saying overall. Back at Genda's.
Genda-sensei, they're calling last night's bombing a terrorist attack.
A terrorist
The body they
attack.
recovered was burnt
Okay.
beyond recognition.
That was a Kaike-kun, right? The one Yagami mentioned?
Yes, I believe so. Nothing about Soma or RK in the article either. Could public security be tampering with the press?
Wouldn't be
I
surprised.
wouldn't give public security that much credit.
I would.
Besides, if a bomb goes off in a deserted public place, it's only natural for the police to assume it's terrorism.
Right, I guess when you put it that way.
Unfortunately, even if they do identify a Kaike-kun, the ones responsible are Kuwana and Soma, two guys who are totally off the grid. Any investigation would grind to a halt. Probably end up as another unsolved mystery.
No, we're solving
The
that.
public learned the bombing was tied to Ihara's battery case. Jaws would hit the floor.
Yeah? Anyway, where's Yagami? You heard from him since last night?
No, we've been in touch via email, though. He's on his way to a hospital now.
Great. What'd he get himself into now?
If he's actually going to the hospital, does that mean it's serious?
Don't worry, he's fine. He's just going to meet with someone about the case.
Who'd want to meet up at a hospital?
I know who we're going to meet.
Reiko Kusumoto.
Yup. I knew exactly. Hey, why'd you betray us?
13 years. I still can't believe it. Waking up and finding out you're suddenly 30.
Take your time. You'll adjust eventually.
Work again?
I won't be long. I just need to take a quick meeting.
Yeah, it was somebody that I tried betraying
Now
because
put
you
down
woke up.
that mirror already.
That would be wild. Your son being an adult now, you not having really finished teaching him everything. Like, how does that work for memory? Is it just like going to sleep and then waking up like that? Like, or has time passed for him as well? Like, hopefully that doesn't sound weird. Like, you go to sleep, you wake up. It feels like no time has passed, but it really has. But does he perceive that time has passed? Like, internally, like, why wouldn't he still feel like having those suicidal thoughts if,
So,
you know...
you sold
I
Kuwana
don't know,
out to
my
public
random
security
thoughts.
because Mitsuru-kun woke up. Does that about sum it up?
Straight to the point.
You waited 13 years for Mitsuru-kun to wake up. If you turn yourself in now, you'd lose him all over again.
There's that. Yes. Going forward, he needs to stand on his own 2 feet and rebuild his life. It'll take time, and lots of it. There's no real end in sight. He's at a disadvantage as it is. And to brand him the child of a murderer on top of that, I couldn't.
Him waking up makes Sawa's death more painful as well. Oh, we get to see how she turned back.
Where are we?
Mitsuru.
Hey, Mom.
Mitsuru. Mitsuru.
It's incredible. Finally, he's woken up. Doesn't this change everything? I think you may want to reconsider what you told me, Kusumoto-san. Alone, I'm sure you could have.
Of course, he
lived with
had to
the
be
weight
there
of
too.
your choice. But now you have something you'd sacrifice everything to protect. He's so precious, but he's also so fragile he can come crashing down without even a warning.
Of course.
You're going to have to be his shield, Kusumoto-san. We'll do it together. With your cooperation.
Well, there it goes. If he wasn't there, this
I
doesn't
have
happen.
to do what I can to protect him.
I suppose so, but you covered up your crimes and it was Sawa-sensei who got caught in the crossfire. On top of that, Akaike-kun's throat was slit last night. Now he's dead too.
That was wild. Another student dead for this.
Kawano will be another body for the pile soon. Hell, maybe I'm in trouble myself.
And Mitsuru woke up.
How was he yesterday?
So, I mean,
Well, as soon as RK showed up
terrible.
for him, he knew you'd stabbed him in the back.
but the
I can't really
murders-
say how that made him feel. Until now, he'd been adamant about ensuring you stayed out of this.
He definitely has.
He said no one could blame you for what you did to Shinya Kawai.
Yeah. I mean, I agree with
Kawano
him.
put his
It's
life
tough.
on the line for you. You failed to silence him, and you let him get away. That means whatever happens next, it's his move. And whatever he does to you, none of my business. As for me, I have no evidence on Kawai's murder, so you're off my list too. I only came here today because I wanted to know why you betrayed Kawano. That's all.
And now we know why.
I hope Mitsuru-kun has a speedy recovery.
Well, what's next for us? A little trip to the hospital. I mean, really, it didn't give us much. I mean, it let Yagami know why she betrayed us, but didn't really do much. Heading back to Yokohama 99. Gotta get the team. Oh, as we run into that pole. We'll get the team up to speed here. And then, oh god. This is the last chapter, guys, so we're about to do some prep. Make sure all of our skill points are used. Make sure we purchase all the stuff we need to purchase for... You know there's going to be a ton of battles. Games like this. And like, you know, all the Final Fantasy games, you have like 15 boss fights in the final area of the game, so we're going to be doing a lot of fighting coming up soon. So we need lots of items. There's not been a lot of like, you know, save points or rest points in this game, so I'm very much assuming that if we don't have the items, we're going to be in trouble. So probably at some point here, we'll make sure that we're stocked up. I won't show it because I won't need to. You'll know when we start fighting. You'll just see a whole list of things. Everything that I bought. Spend all this
Back
unused
already,
money.
Yagamishi. How are you feeling after last night? That shockwave from the blast took you down.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That was something
Got
else, I
thrown
gotta
real
say.
good.
I bet, tough guy. Camarocho's finest detective never fails to impress.
Doc, you made it. We've been asking around if anyone's seen Kuwana.
You don't want to know how that went.
No leads, huh?
Pretty much. Doesn't help that Arcade's crawling all over the place right now.
I think they
As soon
won.
as they spot Kuwana, they're gonna make their move.
They definitely think they've won, so ball's in their court, really.
Kuwana gave this to me yesterday.
Isn't that Toshiro Ehara? Kawana-san called you out there just to give you this?
Yep. He told me to give it to Ahara.
What the? Oh man, it looks like it's cracked.
Big time.
Can you take a look at it,
Cracked in
Tsukumo?
pen.
I get the feeling it's no ordinary pendant.
Certainly.
Not handing it over to Ahara till you know what the deal is?
He won't mind, will he? Besides, I damn near got blown up over that thing.
Speaking of, Yagamishi, what's the status of Ehara's sexual battery trial?
Saori-san's preparing for the appeal. Still no date, but the courts are working as fast as they can.
Hopefully very
If they
quickly.
accept the case and it goes to trial, they'll find out about Kuwana one way or another.
And that'd put Reiko Kusumoto in public security in the shithouse, right?
Right. If Kuwana and his murders come to light, anyone connected to Reiko Kusumoto could be suspected as an accomplice. And if that happens, she'd lose any control she had over the pension fund.
Interesting.
Everyone wants their own brand of justice to come out on top. But enough is enough. If we don't handle this, public security will take out Kuwana. And I can't let him die like that.
Then what's your next move?
Yeah. That
I'm
wouldn't
gonna
be
head
fair.
to Ahara's trial and back up Saori-san. Feels like we've come full circle.
I'd argue the opposite, Yagamishi. The circumstances surrounding the trial are completely different this time around. I can't help but consider how grand a task simply seeking the truth could be.
Seriously. But exposing the truth is the only way to save some and get justice for others. We can't just stay quiet and watch.
Sounds like you're seeing the light. Detective work's not so bad, is it?
Well then.
Can you guys keep an eye out for Kuwana and Ijincho? I need to go over Ahara's case with Saori-san.
10-4. We'll amp up surveillance.
We're going too, Sukiura. Time to get shit done.
Right on!
Things are moving. Yeah, we need to go prep for this. I think I'm gonna do some skill points though. Here we gotta find the taxi. And head back to Kamurocho for Gendalaw. Look at all that money that we have to spend. There it is, Kamurocho at the bottom. And now we're gonna get everything going. I'm kind of curious how this is all going to play out. Like I'm excited that I once again got myself into the, you know, onto the track of, I guess I'll take the taxi again, playing the whole chapter all the way through. Like, first couple chapters I didn't do that, but I like knowing that I'm just, right now, playing till the game's over, super excited for it. I'm curious to see how it all goes. Like, let me know in the comment section, guys. Like, what do you guys think of the story so far? How it's all shook out and everything like that. Like, I'm that pop billboard. Curious what your guys' thoughts on the game are. I'm thoroughly intrigued by this game and want to play way more of it. Can't wait for the next one. If there is another one. Hopefully there will be. Oh, hey, Genda.
Wow, looks like we've got a full house.
Shirosaki-sensei asked me to come by. She said they needed some business handled while you were out of town.
I find it hard to believe she'd put it that way.
Maybe not. Either way, I don't mind helping.
Yagami-san, you're just in time. I think we should conduct another interview with Ahara-san.
Okay, but what will we talk about?
If we want to claim he's innocent of battery, then we need to prove he's the one who murdered Mikoshiba at the same time. But since the murder footage isn't admissible in court, We need something more substantial.
Oh, yeah, we do. Internet videos of unknown origin.
Basically, we need new evidence. And that might mean something no one's seen or found yet.
So we gotta
So your plan is
get
to
him
meet
to
with
give it to
Ahara
us?
and just ask him?
Yeah.
I know it's a long shot, but yes.
I'd like to come help, but someone has to check Higashi-san's work.
Excuse me? If I have to be Hoshino-kun's lackey, I'm fucking out.
I'd prefer if you address me as Hoshino-sensei.
Mouth on this kid.
Ihara only seems to open up to you, Yagami-kun. So, if you talk to him again, do you think we'll find out something new this time?
I'll see what I can get out of him. Having another chat with him couldn't hurt.
Sounds good. Oh, and look after Saori for me, would you?
Sure, but Mafuyu, should you even be here? Won't the prosecution think you're double-crossing them?
Right.
What do you mean? I am just here to get dirt on the defense. Expect Prosecutor Takano to hear all about it.
Guess we better watch ourselves.
I still have some preparations to make. Yagami-san, why don't you go kill some time?
Ah,
I'll call you as soon as I'm
more
ready. It
killing
shouldn't take
time.
long.
Get
Sure
out of
thing.
here, man. Why are we always going killing
I'm going to
time?
try and get in touch with Ihara's wife. Even though they're separated, Ihara may have shared details about Mikoshiba's murder with her. Oh, and Higashi-san will be there to help.
Great. What do you have to say?
Don't forget how much pressure's on Saori right now.
Pressure on
Ihara's
us,
trial
too.
has the police and prosecution on edge, so I'm sure it's a lot for Saori to handle by herself.
That's why
but
we're
I'll
here.
do whatever I can on my end.
Trying to make it easy. Gosh, he's gonna say something stupid, so we won't even talk to him. He's gonna make fun of Yagami, tell him that he's lazy or a jerk. Whatever else Higashi has to say. Man, I'm probably not gonna record it, but I'm definitely gonna play the first Judgment now. I need to find out what's going on with their relationship.
For real?
Smack these fools around. I'll probably get my phone call to come back. Come on. Get these fists. Oh, get away from me. Time for you to be done. And a head kick for good measure. Love it. Look at that blood splatter out of his face.
What a waste.
Ugh, no phone call yet. Alright, let's run down this alley here. Let's fight these guys. We're bound to get the call here. Come on now. You. Ooh. Stretchy rubber.
Really, guys?
Okay. There it is. I knew it. Just around the
Sorry
corner.
for keeping you, Yagami-san. We should head to the detention center. Where are you?
In Kamurocho. How about I take a cab and pick you up?
If you please. I'll be waiting.
I'm actually just around the corner. Alright, where's the closest cab? Way down over there. Let's go. See if anybody else pops in our way for us to beat up. Nah, those guys are gonna be up there. They may chase us, but we're just gonna go to our cab. Here's the cab. And we'll head back. Oh, we're going straight to the detention center. Perfect. Another chat with Ihara. Here we go. Better have something good for me, old man.
Isn't that just the worst? So the murder footage can't be used as evidence.
Correct.
was hoping it'd be played in court for all to see.
Yeah, and if it was, it would prove your innocence and overturn your battery conviction, no problem. But the prosecution flat out refuses to accept you murdered Mikoshiba. There's no room for error.
They don't believe you
You
did
could
it.
flat out confess and they would refuse to accept it.
Excellent. In the end, they'll lock me up for battery, and I'll get away with murder.
Yeah. We know all about what you and Kwana planned. We just don't have the evidence to prove it.
My condolences.
Right. Interesting
Which reminds
strategy.
me, you said you'd confess to killing Mikoshiba after you got out of prison, right? Then, as icing on the cake, you'd admit the battery charge was false and humiliate the law for letting a murderer walk free.
Exactly. The public must know that the law can't be trusted. Personally, I hope the media hops all over it.
Not
I bet you
surprised,
do.
yeah.
So when that time comes, you'll need some decisive evidence of the murder so your confession holds water. Maybe you've got something like that in your back pocket already?
Yeah, but what? The murder weapon?
Because
or the
we'd sure
original
look good if
video
we had
footage,
some new
maybe?
evidence to take
I don't
into
know.
the appeal.
That's why you geniuses came all the way out here. I told you I wouldn't admit to the murder in court. I have no intention of just handing it over.
Handing it over? So you're saying there is still a piece of evidence we don't know about?
What is it, Ahara-san?
Even if there was, you'll never get your hands on it. Didn't mean to get your hopes up.
Ah. So he alluded to it. He still has a weapon. He kept part of the corpse. Oh my god. Left the calling card on. No, it's got to be the murder weapon.
The murder weapon. Kanagawa PD said the weapon used to kill Mikoshiba still hadn't been found.
Yet it appears in the footage without a doubt as to what it is. A knife.
I thought that led to the
If it wasn't
chapter
found at the
title.
murder scene, it's highly likely the suspect or an accomplice took it with them.
The gang's name all along.
Any normal criminal would have just ditched it somewhere. Except you're anything but normal. You got revenge for your son, and you want to publicly humiliate the law for letting you pull it off.
Your point?
If you were cleared of the battery charges and confessed to Mikoshiba's murder without evidence, no one would buy it. You'd need something convincing. Busting out the weapon no one's found yet would do the trick. That one piece of evidence would flip the whole case on its head.
And really have
Look
everybody
at you
scrambling.
go. Then tell me, where do you surmise I've hidden this weapon?
Well, right after killing Mikoshiba and Ijincho, you would have had to book it to Ikebukuro Station. You had accomplices with you.
And if that's the case, there would have been plenty of time to hide the weapon.
Yeah, so that's about as far as I've thought this out.
Kind of far,
That's
but
it.
really
Then
nowhere.
I'm done here.
Kawana's vanished, Ahara-san. Public security found out about him.
Public security.
Kawana
Oh, here
wanted
we
me
go.
to tell you he won't make it to the end of your revenge plan.
So, I'm the last man standing, am I? Well, he's already helped me plenty. I never expected to see him again anyway.
At this point, he won't be able to outrun them. If public security catches him, he'll get much worse than an unfair trial. Burying him will be the least they do.
What do you mean? What's going on?
You remember last time?
He's changing his tone.
If you don't recall, I said you'd grab the tiger by the tail.
And your tiger is public security?
Right. And they're out there on the warpath. Everything has to be brought into the light. We need what you did to be exposed. Kawana can't be saved in any other way. I need your help, Ahara-san.
Then you lose. I'll never admit to killing Hiro Mikoshiba in court. The system can die. It threw Toshiro away, and I won't lift a finger to save it. Kowana-san knew how this could end. We have our convictions. When this started, we knew it could end up costing our lives.
No, come on, not this way though.
You knew going in, huh? And that's all? Is that what you tell yourself so you can sleep at night?
Maybe it is.
Yagami-san. Do you remember my original request to look into both Ihara incidents? I asked you to look into the train event, and then I asked you to look into Hiro Mikoshiba's murder. And now, I'm afraid I have to make one more request of you.
What?
Do you still carry your defense attorney's lapel pin? Ihara-san's trial. I'd like you to take the floor with me to defend him. It's going to be eventful. I think we should go as a team.
Sure about that?
Okay.
You know, my legal counsel isn't cheap.
I'll let Genda-sensei know about the invoice.
You got it. Count me in. You never know when something like this will happen. Check it out. I always have it on me.
I know that.
Huh? You do?
I don't see why it turned like that. Alright guys, we're going to cut this video off right here. So we know, after talking with Ihara right there, he still has the murder weapon. So our next objective is to try to find this murder weapon. We're going to divide everything up, and we're going to try to hit this case at multiple angles. But RK is going to make a really bold move to throw everything on its head. As usual, thanks for stopping by. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We will see you guys in the next video.